Not to cut you off, but you getting on the back of this thing gives the name Faggio perfect meaning. I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there.
All right, man. That's not happening. Okay, we're just gonna walk away real quick. All right.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for jumping in to this video today. My name is Danny ColdBlood, aka MusicVidiot, and today I am joined by none other than ELDRAZI, Hippie. Hippie, what is going on, man?
Not too much. Feeling good. How are you and all those other mystery hunters out there today? I hope you guys are doing good too today.
Oh man, I'm doing great, and hopefully everyone else is doing great as well, as we are about to do a great discussion. I think that's 3 greats, so that's a pretty good sign, guys. And talking about signs, we are going to get involved in some awesome symbolism and other things today while we discuss some different topics concerning the Mount Chiliad Mystery. Hippie, right before we started broadcasting and recording for this video, we were taking a look over here, and as the sun is shining bright, there's something that I talked about in a previous video, and I want to bring up really quick for everybody since it just kind of fits the whole entire theme of what we're talking about today. But if you guys look closely, if you look at the bottom here, it kind of looks like a squinted eye, compared to all the different eyes that we find in the game, a lot of them being shadows, but that's kind of the way the eyes look. And if you look at it, it kind of fits right into this space also with between these 2 gates. And if you look clearly or straight ahead, it's a clear shot of the sun when it's setting at its final point of the sunset, and that's actually when we get to see the eye in the sky Easter egg when there's certain weather conditions going on. But not only that, it seems like there's a big V on the screen also. It seems like there's the two chords on the left, the 2 chords on the right, they come down to make a perfect V. And one of the previous theories that I brought up to you guys is that there is going to be a possible way to open up this door. And as you can see, the sun that's setting right now is shining a light onto this door. And this door is the only one of the 4 entrances that doesn't open. And these doors are all the same. As you can see, this type of texture, the blocks, it's the same thing here. This is opened up from the middle, it's side to side. Same thing over here, opened up side to side. Opened up right here, side to side. But nothing here. And if you guys seen in the previous video that I was talking about, the sun having to line up perfectly to possibly open up that door if it shines on it correctly, and if we have all the other prerequisites in place. So, I mean, look at that. That's perfectly in the center of this V, if you will. And there's the squinted eye at the bottom, like I showed you guys, as like the base. So, I mean, it all makes sense. It looks pretty cool. And I'm wondering if there's anything to be made from this connection at all, or if it's just something cool to throw out there. Let me know if you guys come up with anything, but that's not the point of this video. There's actually something that happens here at Mount Chiliad that I don't know if many of us really pay attention to enough to even know. I know that I didn't really even know this until Hippie brought it up to me. So Hippie, if you don't mind taking it away and letting us know exactly what goes on here at Mount Chiliad.
Alrighty, not a problem. The one thing I found when just playing the game normally is I like to listen to certain types of music. And I came across a very interesting music station on this game called Soulwax FM. Now, over the time listening to Soulwax and, getting into the Chiliad Mystery, I kind of put something together. Soulwax FM transmits from Mount Chiliad, and they say in their broadcast. But I have not yet, and I have looked all over this mountain and all in the region to find Soulwax FM.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. So you're saying that it actually broadcasts directly from this mountain?
That is exactly what they say. They say Soulwax FM broadcasts from Chiliad on their station.
You know what? I do think I remember hearing that. I really do. But I never really paid no mind to it, man. And now that you're saying it, it kind of makes me wonder, because where the hell would they be? I mean, we do have this tower right here. We also have the antennas right there. But I mean, where the frig could they be broadcasting from unless it's somewhere inside of the mountain? I mean, we've been talking about tunnels lately. I have a new video coming out very, very soon relating to most of the biker DLC, and that has direct connections to the tunnel system that we brought up before. But unless they're in the tunnels, I don't know where the hell they could be from. That's a pretty good observation there, Hip.
Thanks. Like, I've listened to it a lot, and you know, even after I noticed that, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go and try and find it. I had no luck. I've looked everywhere. I've been in a Hydra, I've been on a bicycle, up and down this mountain thousands of times, and I have not yet been able to find Soulwax FM. Now, the biggest thing that really gets me going is the radio tower on top of the cable car system. That's my biggest leniency, stating, you know, I'm Soulwax FM. And the reason why I say that is their symbol for their radio station is a radio tower with lightning bolts. Now, that connected me to the UFO, because the UFO only appears under very circumstances. So you have lightning, you have rain, you have nighttime. So lightning, radio tower, Chiliad, Soulwax FM. So that's what went through my mind.
Nice. I'm looking at it right now. I'm in the helicopter, and yeah, the symbol for Soulwax is a radio tower with the 4 lightning bolts, and even the bottom of the tower on the symbol here for this radio station is an upside down V. It like comes into itself. So like if you were to flip it upside down, you would see a V there, just like we seen the V at the beginning of the video. That's a pretty crazy observation. I like how you're putting it together too, with the lightning bolts on the mural, the lightning bolts on the image here. You got the V, you got the V here, and also we need real lightning for different things to happen on Chiliad. Not only can we see the eye in the sky that has to be in that kind of like rainy, thunderous type of weather, but we also have the UFO above Mount Chiliad that only will show up when certain weather and shit like lightning is present. So I like the connections, man, and I don't know where the hell they could be broadcasting from, but I do know that that is accurate, because I am remembering that I heard that before, like broadcasting from live from Mount Chiliad. Well, where from Mount Chiliad? So here we are at the side of the mountain, a little bit down from the mural, and this cliff that many of you guys have probably seen tons and tons of times, I just actually seen it in a different perspective, because Hippie brought this up to me just now, and he's, you know, asking me if I ever looked at this and seen maybe like a radio tower type of image. I never looked at it and seen that before. But I mean, nothing is yet confirmed. Remember that, guys. It's never bad to go and look at older news and, you know, older topics. You know, just because it's something that's been brought up before doesn't mean it's heresy to talk about it or look at it again. I never did look at it that way, but since a lot of the clues and a lot of the newest updates and clues are leading us to frequencies and different things along those lines, I'm wondering if Hippie could be onto something here. What if this is something like a radio tower or something of the sort? We do not know. So there's one more mystery that we have to look into when looking at Mount Chiliad, is wondering where the hell this Soulwax radio is broadcasting from within this mountain. Now, right around the corner, following a different path here, a physical path in the game, we have the Altruist camp, and many of you guys know that the Altruist camp is a big part of this mystery. I mean, huge. You know, that's originally where we were told to observe the eye in the sky Easter egg. There's a website that I'm going to show you guys right now. So here we are at the website. It's www.altruistsunite.com. And we know that unit or unite is a common word that we see within the game. And it's also a meaningful word, but we'll touch more on that later in future episodes. But when looking at this website here, it's got a whole bunch of clues smacking me in the face. I don't know about you guys. Stars, we got the sun peeking out of the corner here. But the most important thing is we got Morse code in different colors, by the way. I wanted to point this out. Not a lot of people bring this up when they talk about the Altruist website, but it is sectionalized in different colors as well. So there could be different ways to, decipher this thing. Not too sure, but the reason I'm bringing this up in this video is because the Morse code is something that we can hear at other radio stations like Rebel Radio, and there's also a direct path, staircase, and everything from the Altruist camp up to none other than another little stash of radio towers over here. So I mean, this is pretty crazy. This is very similar to the one on Mount Chiliad. Maybe not the same size and everything, but at nighttime, the top of these things glow red and they flash. A lot of different things happen here. I'm wondering exactly why certain locations pretty much scream these types of clues. So let's head over to Rebel Radio really quick.
Well, as I was doing my digging and my research, I noticed the Solwax was just screaming little notifications and little this and that to help point me in the direction. And, as I was just sitting here and thinking, I was kind of putting something together from the heists. Okay, the EMP bomb that goes off at the Humane Labs. Okay, there is a song by The Hacker called Shockwave. Okay, that instantly just brought me right to that heist. And you do have to hack, and you release a shockwave. So maybe there might be something lying there, but at this moment, nobody knows.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, that's stuff that we have incorporated within the online play, and that leads to another big question, too. Is the online directly incorporated or linked to the mystery? And I believe it definitely is. Everyone seems to think it's just single player, only hunting single player, so much stuff like that, which I was, one of those people, too. If you go to my older videos, you can definitely hear me say, guys, only go in single player, But now as my, understanding of the mystery has expanded, I definitely would have to say, guys, there's something with multiplayer definitely linked to the mystery. Even the clues are there. You can only get certain cutscenes and stuff in single player if you leave online first and go into single player. So there's a lot of different clues that led me to believe this, thing that I'm saying right here about, online. Not saying that it's going to be solved in online, but it's definitely incorporated more than I ever believed. And just from what you're saying right now, Hippie, I do believe that it is just more clues pointing at it. I mean, Solwax is important. There's a reason why you're looking at it. Isn't it one of the only few stations that was not touched or altered by the game when different updates or online or next gen, came out?
Yeah, actually, there's two, Solwax and East Los FM. I haven't really looked too much into East Los FM yet, but that does raise something, because if this Easter egg has been going on for ever since the game came out, that just kind of confirms there might be something there because of the fact it has been unaltered. So, you just never know what's going through Rockstar's mind, and that's why hopefully everybody out there can find just that different perspective to get people to keep looking, keep digging to find those answers, to crack Mount Chiliad wide open.
On the fly right now, I'm looking at East Los FM, and there's a song on here called La Vida Bohemie, and Bohemian Grove. I think Trippy recently just brought this up, but this is something that people have been asking me to bring up for a while, and that has a lot to do with things linked directly to the winery fields that we have that kind of look like Morse code as well, actually. And if you look at it from the map perspective, you can kind of see what looks to appear to be like a shape of a spider web, something that we've been bringing up before also. So like even on the fly, we're looking and seeing clues pop out at us as well. And if you look at this here, the skull here, guys, that's the logo for Rebel Radio, and that's where we are right now. It's got the Morse code. That's what's really important about this location. The Morse code happens at certain times throughout the night, and it is another radio station. And it just goes to show you guys, there's a reason why the Altruist website has Morse code on it with different colors, that it has the radio towers at it. There's radio towers here. Obviously, it's a radio station at Rebel, but it also has Morse code. So there's a lot of different things, and when you look closer, there's a lot of stuff that connects between the two of them.
A big thing about the Infinite 8, and with all the 8s and the 88 from Back to the Future, I'm still sitting at this list, and it's just keep coming at me. There's another group called Fatal Error, which made a song called Fatal Error, and it released in 1988. And again, it's a song that plays from Soulwax FM. So that could be another link. And the biggest one that catches my attention, and like even right now I'm getting goosebumps from it because it's just so crazy that Soulwax would have such a song. It's called The Strange Art by the FK Club, and we have art everywhere. Symbolism. Okay.
Wait,
so
what was it called?
Everything is strange. The Strange Art.
The strange. Come on, dude. I mean, that even links directly to the underground tunnels, because we know that in real life the tunnels underneath Los Angeles was they were shown to people, and people knew what to do down there with the illegal deeds and everything given to them by murals, underground murals, which is art, which is pictures. So I mean, we have two murals in the game. We have the one at Mount Chiliad, and we have, if you take your cursor actually from the map and you go straight down, it's going to lead you to the other mural that's in Sinner's Passage, okay? And that is the mural in the city. They kind of coincide with each other, and that is another piece of strange art, if you will. So, dude, everything you're saying about these stations, they really add up. And right here we are at the Funk is Infinite Space 3? Yeah, Space 103.2 sign. And I have not yet heard it myself, but there is rumors that this also gives off a Morse code. I'm not sure if it does it online or in single player or in both, but I really want to find out if this rumor is true. If you guys ever find out or anything like that, leave a comment, let us know. But Space 103.2, another suspicious radio station, and especially the symbol here, if you look at it, another V, or upside down V, if you will. You know what I mean? Yeah, triangle. Pyramid, yeah, dude. Triangle, actually, it's funny that you say that. That's going to be brought up in my next video as well. So everything that we see here is all linked. And everything that you're bringing up, man, I'm telling you, dude, it's definitely going to help us. There's a reason why I wanted to do this video with you today, because there is so much that I've talked about and that I'm going to talk about that the clues are directly leading us to, that involves all of this that we're talking about right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when I started listening to the music, and as I was following everything on YouTube, and I know you mentioned something about frequencies in music, so I really started in depth, like listening in depth to find anything that would help link. And some of the things on Soulwax FM, like even the name itself just kind of sounds alienated to me. Soulwax, typically aliens are a silicone base, which kind of does have a waxy kind of feeling to it.
That's funny. You know what? Rockstar Games was involved with a game a long time ago called Silicon Valley on the Nintendo 64, and I didn't know that till recently. And for some reason, I don't know why, it was a really odd game, but Silicon Valley was one of my favorites on the 64, and it's just funny as you said that. It made me think of it, so I figured I'd throw it out there. But yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that could be another link too. You know, Rockstar bringing out other things from their own games just to continue to throw people off, to keep them away from the truth of the Mount Chiliad mystery. So, as we were talking about the sun rising, the sun setting, another song from, I believe, a group called Goose, and it's called Sunrise. It is Synrise. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, Sinrise? That doesn't really make any sense. But then sunrise, you know, different times of the day, everything that links with time. So to me, sunrise is a specific type of time. So
you know what? That's really, dude. That's a really good observation as well. And if you think about it, SYN, sin. That's how you can, you know, start to spell the word synthesizer. And you gotta remember, Rockstar is called Rockstar because they wanted to be rock stars. So music is a big deal to them, and it always has been, and they are definitely going to incorporate music in their mystery. Okay, they're definitely going to incorporate it, and we keep on seeing the clues. I mean, when we started the murder mystery in single player, we were given a little movie roll thing in the corner with a noise, with the sound. Sound is important. When we get in trouble by the cops, the music gets more drastic and more instruments come into play and the music gets more fuller. And music's a big part, whether you realize it or not. It's usually subtly, but that's how Rockstar works. They do a lot of things so subtly that it goes right on, right before your eyes without you even noticing. And it takes, a very perspective or a very persevering eye, if you will, to catch a lot of these things. It really does.
Absolutely. On the topic of catching things, as I was doing my research and as I was testing out this theory, there are songs that have faster tempos and pitches. Okay, that is just odd to me. Like, why would you alter the original to put into your game?
That's a good question. That could be either to help it fit better or for maybe some kind of a copyright reason, but maybe there is a reason for that, because we do know about that one game that came out, what was it called? That motocross game that had that big mystery in it. Trials HD, I believe it was called. And I mean, that mystery was really involved, and people, were telling, there's only a few people out there at first that believed in the mystery. And, a lot of people were saying, no, there's no mystery. It's a side-scrolling motocross game. That's not going to be in there, There's not going to be a mystery in there. You guys are crazy. How many times have you been called crazy over the Chiliad mystery? But believe it or not, this side-scrolling motocross game had a mystery so in-depth where you had to play certain songs that were in the game backwards and hear different messages. And it ended up in people going to real-life locations and digging up and finding boxes with keys in them to eventually open up a box that's not even opened up for another 100 years from now, and we won't even live to see what's in there. And if you guys think I'm bullshitting, look it up. I'm not kidding. Everything that you're bringing up, Hippie, is pretty good stuff. I like the observations, and I like the innovative way of thinking that you're doing. It's given me a new way of looking at stuff, and I love that when someone gives me a new way to do something like that, because this mystery does need way more than one set of eyes, and everyone sees things differently, and that's great. That's why I always been stressing teamwork, because it's really going to take a team of us, the community. I don't care what faction you're from, YouTube or Reddit, or in my eyes, we're all the same. I don't have a problem with any of them. I think we all need to just unite as a unit and really start cracking heads, cracking heads, if you know what I mean. But I want to go ahead and point something out while we're standing here on top of basically the Vinewood sign and looking at this awesome radio tower. There's something that, I want to show you guys that just came out in the recent Biker DLC, and that's this awesome Faggio mod here. And believe it or not, okay, this bike, unfortunately, I don't have the level that I do on PS4 here on the Xbox, but I'm high enough of a level to show you a couple of different unlocks. But if you could look at this thing fully modded, you guys won't even believe it. It will be in my newest video coming out, hopefully tomorrow. I know I've been saying it for a couple of days now, but trust me, I got led down a crazy, twisted path full of clues. So it's taking a while because it's definitely worth it. I don't want to give you guys false or fake or bad information. So that's why it's taking longer, because you're going to get the best and most pure form of what I have found. But to get to the point, this thing has, if you haven't noticed yet, an antenna on the front and on the back. And it is one of, if not, I believe the only vehicle so far that you can actually add antennas to the front and the back of this thing. You can add your own style of antennas. And with it fully customized, there's 2 antennas in the front and 2 antennas in the back. Now, I mean, this happens to come at the right time when we're talking about radios, we're talking about frequencies. If you guys haven't seen the video where I show the WOW signal and the crazy connection to the constellations and the CB radio, and oh my god, dude, that is some crazy information. You'll have to watch one of my last mystery videos that I posted. But come on, why are they giving us a bike or a Faggio with antennas in the front and the back? I mean, antennas are for picking up transmissions, for picking up radio, okay? For all of this stuff that we've been talking about. And this thing has those kind of upgrades. It tells me that we're on the right path and that we're definitely going to the right areas and talking about the right stuff. So I'm wondering if online is used in an important way. Maybe we can use this bike or the antennas on the bike and do something with it. Pick up a signal, a transmission, something, anything. I mean, I know that me and you were talking before and you were bringing up Trevor and the different horns and stuff. And I don't know if you want to get into that, but I know you had a couple other things you wanted to bring up. If you want to go ahead and bring up that stuff so we can kind of get to a little bit of closure here. But I mean, anything that you guys, find out or even ponder while hearing or watching this video, feel free to leave it in the comments. If it's something that I feel is definitely, icing on the cake, I'll be sure to at least, if anything, edit in a new upcoming viewer's voice video, which, by the way, one is coming up soon. So don't forget to check out that. But, Hippie, if you want to take the floor and go ahead and talk about the other stuff that you wanted to bring up.
All right. Well, back on the list of songs that I've acquired through my research.
Not to cut you off, but you getting on the back of this thing gives the name Faggio perfect meaning. I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there.
All right, man. That's not happening. Okay, we're just gonna walk away real quick. All right. But yeah, I wanted to save the best 2 for last because they do have a lot of coincidences with the UFOs and some other things with the abduction beam. And that is, there's a song by Super Semp, and it's called Let's Beam Him Up. Immediately I think of the Zancudo UFO and the abduction beam. I also think of the story mode with Michael getting drugged by Jimmy and ending up in a UFO. So there's that, and there's another song by Green Velvet featuring Harvard Bass, and that's laser beams. And as soon as I think of any kind of laser, it's some form of alienated gun, something like that. Yes, lasers do exist in our lifetime. They're non-lethal, but I think of, like Star Wars pretty much when I think of a laser beam.
Yeah, me too, dude, definitely.
But yeah, like all these things, it just got my head going. And with the UFOs, the frequencies, and everything else that has come up, I personally believe that every little detail will equal a massive spider web to unlock the Chiliad Mystery. So it's all on what we can perceive through what Rockstar gives us. I was playing around with the Space Talker recently, and I was listening to Soulwax, of course, because I love that channel. And there's one horn out of the 4 that it has, there's one that just completely stands out. Obviously it has some form of repetition, but it's not meant to seem like it has repetition. And I was wondering, maybe a specific time and a place, maybe specific weather, with the Space Docker, with Soulwax FM active, playing a specific song, maybe something might happen. But
That's very possible, having the right channel on at the right time with the right person. Trevor, if you think about it, Horn, he has that Horn shampoo in his bathroom, and you can also think of Horn in another way, as an actual horn, like the head at Rebel Radio. Okay, that's got a horn on it. So maybe there is supposed to be a duality that we were supposed to connect together and actually figure something out with. I mean, Soulwax, isn't that, you said that was a real life radio station also, right? With the same symbol too? Like, that's not something that they just made up.
no, absolutely. There was 2 people in Ghent, Belgium, who ran Soulwax FM. Or not Soulwax FM, I should say Radio Soulwax is what it was called. So then they played this general type of music. The dance, electro, kind of spacey theme. If you are listening to Soulwax FM, pay attention. Maybe I might have missed something in my many hours of listening to Soulwax. There might be something really hidden in some of their commercials or even in the songs themselves. I've listened and listened and listened. Maybe my ears are just so in tune to the song that I might need a fresh pair of ears. So maybe if you're out there listening,
Right.
keep an ear out.
Even in another name here, I'm looking at Zombie Nation, and in the newest update, they gave us apocalyptic weapons. Like, in the description for the giant wrench, it says about the apocalypse, and we got zombies pictures in your clubhouse and stuff for the motorcycles. Guys, right here, Zombie Nation tryouts. So, I mean, everything that we're getting and everything, from updates and stuff, connects to everything that we're talking about today, and even beyond, guys. I've been talking about this for so long now and bringing it up more and more frequently about these frequencies. I do strongly believe that radio frequencies, stuff like this, is going to be a big part in solving this mystery. Maybe we're looking at it the wrong way. Maybe we're not looking at it enough. Maybe it needs to be mirrored. Maybe it's already mirrored. Maybe we have to look at it with a different pair of eyes, different pair of ears, or both. We don't know. But Hippie, it's been awesome having you on. Thank you so much for your time and for your different discoveries or observations. So that's much appreciated, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's not a problem. I've been wondering if I could ever, think that I could put my opinion out there, and thanks to you, I was able to do that. So hopefully, it'll guide people into another direction, and that's something I'm super excited for. So I really appreciate you having me on here, man, and it is absolutely a pleasure.
Oh, no problem, man. As we're about to take off, guys, when looking at Vinewood, what can we find that is new inside of it? Keep that thought until the next video. Guys, thank you so much for jumping in. It's been an honor, and let's reuse the word, a pleasure. Thanks so much for jumping in. It's been a great time with Hippie, and hopefully one of you guys could be next in a Chiliad discussion. I'll see you guys soon, if not in the next broadcast, the next video. Take it easy. Ta-ta. Find your place in the sun. And, as motherfucking always, listen to some Soulwax. Listen to some East Coast. Listen to fucking anything. Jump out of a helicopter and say hello to the world below. As always.